Mrs. Cochran?
Here.
Mr. Ray?
Here.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Here.
Mrs. Coons?
Here.
Mr. Reitner?
Here.
Okay, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Heather did call and say she would be here a few minutes late, so no reason for a motion to excuse.
Nope.
We're looking next for a motion to accept minutes from October 7th, 2024 council meeting as presented and not read, please.
I make a motion to accept the minutes for October 7th, 2024 council meeting as presented and not read.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Okay, we're looking next for a motion to accept purchase orders from October 5th, 2024 to October 18th, 2024, totaling $462,002.33 as presented and not read, please.
I'll make a motion to accept purchase orders from October 5th, 2024 to October 18th, 2024, totaling $462,002.33 as presented and not read.
I second.
On speaker.
Okay, is there any discussion?
She's walking in.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes. Thanks.
Ms. Anderson?
Okay, we're looking next for a motion to accept bills from October 5th, 2024 to October 18th, 2024, totaling $420,535.35 as presented and not read, please.
I'll make a motion to accept bills from October 5th, 2024 to October 18th, 2024, totaling $420,535.35 as presented and not read.
Second. Is there any discussion, council? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Okay, we're moving into the reading of ordinances and resolutions with our village administrator, Tracy Sanders.
Resolution number 7404-2024, a resolution approving the assistant fire chiefs to hire Jasmine Harp as a full-time firefighter with the Lakemore Fire Department. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, Council approves to hire Jasmine Harp as a full-time firefighter with the Lakemore Fire Department. Section 2, Ms. Harp will earn $20 per hour. She'll be provided health insurance after 60 days. Section 3, it is hereby found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the adoption of this ordinance were adopted in an open meeting of this council, and that all such deliberations of this council and any of its committees that resulted in formal action were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 4, this resolution is declared to be an emergency measure in the interest of the health, peace, and safety of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore. Therefore, this resolution shall take effect on October 24th, 2024. Resolution number 7405-2024, a resolution approving the assistant fire chiefs to hire McKenna Ray as a part-time firefighter with the Lakemore Fire Department. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, Council approves to hire McKenna Ray as a part-time firefighter with the Lakemore Fire Department. Section 2, Ms. Ray will serve a 1-year probation. Section 3, it is hereby found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the passage of this resolution were adopted in an open meeting of this council, and that all deliberations of this council or any of its committees that resulted in such formal actions were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 4 of this resolution is declared to be an emergency measure in the interest of the health, peace, and safety of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore. Therefore, this resolution should take effect immediately. Resolution number 7406-2024, a resolution approving the assistant fire chiefs to hire Michaela Whaley as a part-time firefighter with the Lakemore Fire Department. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, Council approves to hire Michaela Whaley as a part-time firefighter with the Lakemore Fire Department. Section 2, Ms. Whaley will serve a 1-year probation. Section 3, it is hereby found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the passage of this resolution were adopted in an open meeting of this council, and that all deliberations of this council or any of its committees that resulted in such formal actions were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 4 of this resolution is declared to be an emergency measure in the interest of the health, peace, and safety of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore. Therefore, this resolution should take effect immediately. Resolution number 7407-2024, a resolution approving the Assistant Fire Chiefs to hire Stephen Claude as a part-time firefighter with the Lakemore Fire Department. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, Council approves to hire Stephen Claude as a part-time firefighter with the Lakemore Fire Department. Section 2, Mr. Halad will serve a 1-year probation. Section 3, it is hereby found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the passage of this resolution were adopted in an open meeting of this council, and that all deliberations of this council or any of its committees that resulted in such formal actions were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 4 of this resolution is declared to be an emergency measure in the interest of the health, peace, and safety of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore. Therefore, this resolution should take effect immediately. Resolution number 7408-2024, a resolution authorizing the mayor to renew the contract with Medical Mutual for employee health insurance coverage and an HRA from November 1st, 2024 through October 31st, 2025. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, the mayor is hereby authorized to renew the contract with Medical Mutual for employee health insurance coverage and HRA of Medicare Medical Mutual HRA 30-5000 RX 7M2 R22 from November 1st, 2024 through October 31st, 2025. The fiscal officer is further authorized to pay all monthly premiums related to the contract. Section 2, pursuant to existing village policy, new full-time employees shall be eligible to participate in the health insurance plan offered by the village. A dental and optical option will be offered but paid by the employee. Section 3, a copy of the insurance policy is attached hereto and made part of as the fully written herein. Section 4 of this resolution is declared to be an emergency measure necessary for the immediate preservation of the public health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore, as the current plan ends October 31st, 2024. Therefore, this resolution shall be in full force and effect immediate upon its adoption and approval by the mayor of the Village of Lakemore. Ordinance number 1867-2024. This is the third reading. An ordinance to amend ordinance 1749-2021 to change the pay rate for employees of the Lakemore Police Department for off-duty services. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, Council agrees to amend ordinance 1749-2021, Section 1, subsections E and F as follows. E. Off-duty or secondary work performed by police officers for private persons or companies on special detail shall be at a rate of $40 per hour per officer, paid by such private person or company directly to the officer. F. Off-duty or secondary work performed by police officers for road details or construction details shall be $40 per hour, paid by the vendor, with the exception of contract jobs where a prevailing wage exists. Then the prevailing wage shall be the wage paid to officers. Prevailing wage shall not be less than $40 per hour. Section 2, all ordinances, resolutions, and parts of ordinances and resolutions which are in conflict with this ordinance are hereby repealed. Those ordinances, resolutions, and parts of ordinances and resolutions which are not in conflict with any provision of this ordinance are hereby expressly accepted from repeal by this ordinance and shall continue in full force and effect until otherwise amended or repealed by council. Section 3, it is found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the adoption of this ordinance were adopted in an open meeting of this council, and that all deliberations of this council and any of its committees that resulted in such formal action were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 4, this ordinance shall take effect and be enforced on January 1st, 2025. Ordinance number 1870-2024, an ordinance to amend ordinance 1849-2024, Village of Lakemore Employee Policies and Procedures Manual to earn paid days off, or EDO. Whereas the Lakemore Fire Department has created a department policy that should be adopted into the Village of Lakemore Employee Policies and Procedures Manual. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, Council agrees to amend Ordinance 1849-2024, Village of Lakemore Employee Policies and Procedures Manual, to adopt the Lakemore Fire Department's policy for earned days off. Section 2, all ordinances, resolutions, and parts of ordinances and resolutions which are in conflict with this ordinance are hereby repealed. Those ordinances, resolutions, and parts of ordinances and resolutions which are not in conflict with any provision of this ordinance I hereby expressly accepted from repeal by this ordinance and shall continue in full force and effect until otherwise amended or repealed by council. Section 3, it is found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the adoption of this ordinance were adopted in an open meeting of this council, and that all deliberations of this council and any of its committees that resulted in such formal action were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 4 of this ordinance is declared to be an emergency measure in the interest of the health, peace, and safety of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore. Therefore, this ordinance shall take effect immediately. Ordinance number 1871-2024, an ordinance to amend Ordinance 1833-2023, make appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Lakemore, State of Ohio, during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2024. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, Council approves to increase appropriations in General Fund $4,000 for deductibles on legal claims and Google Email Workspace. Water Operating Fund 5101, $5,000 for water system chemicals. Section 2, Treasury for payments from any of the foregoing appropriations upon receiving prop certificates and vouchers, therefore, approved by the board or officers authorized by law to approve the same, or an ordinance or resolution of council to make the expenditures, provided that no warrants shall be drawn or paid for salaries or wages except the persons employed by authority of and in accordance with law or ordinance. It shall be provided further that the appropriations for contingencies can only be expended upon appeal of 2/3 vote of council for items of expense constituting a legal obligation against the village for purposes other than those covered by their specific appropriations herein made. Section 3, this ordinance is hereby declared to be an emergency measure necessary for the immediate preservation of the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore, Ohio. Therefore, this ordinance shall go into effect immediately.
So we'll move next into the mayor's report. I first want to talk about Saturday's open house. We had a very wonderful open house at the Lakemore Fire Department. I want to thank the department and everyone who put that together. There was a good turnout and hot dogs were eaten, and it was a good time, and people really enjoyed taking the tour of the fire station. And I do, in that same vein, I want to remind everyone that we have 2 replacement fire levies on the ballot coming up, and I really, with all of my being, encourage you to come out and please support the Lakemore Fire Department, because they're, amazing group of guys and gals who work so hard for the Village of Lakemore to keep us safe and to keep us moving forward. And again, these are replacement levies and a $1 million increase on one of the 2 replacements. So hopefully you will come out and support the Lakemore Fire Department. Again, they give their all for us, and I hope that we'll come out en masse and support them when they need us. And having said that, I will start with council report. Mrs. Cochran.
Okay, our next council meetings will be on November 4th and November 18th. Each of those council meetings start at 6 o'clock and here in the administration offices. And then our workshop. The next council workshop will be on October 29th and November 12th. October 29th and November 12th. Those are both at 6 as well as in this room. Thank you, that's it.
Okay, Sam.
I just had a question regarding the levy. Are there signs that people can pick up if they want
Absolutely.
to?
Absolutely.
All right, where can they find those?
Fire.
Fire department.
All right, cool. Do we also have extra signs for the school levy?
We had a few.
I
I
think they're
took
all
them.
out, yeah. I
Okay.
think they're
Okay,
all out.
cool.
But if you
But-
need more, we can contact the school.
Okay, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of get the feelers if anybody wants to support and pick up a sign, we do have them
Awesome.
for the fire levy.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So, that's all I got.
Yours will be in your yard tonight. One of each.
Hey, thank y'all.
I'd just like to remind everybody about the Spectrum Cable Channel 1023, where you can see past council meetings, Springfield board meetings, and other community events that's going on. Right now, they have the 2024 Springfield High School 50-plus reunion. I think there's 3 people there, maybe, I don't know. 2024, 200? There's 200 people there. Okay, I got a 0 gone. Port East Lakes Career Center Board of Education meeting. They also have the Springfield Board of Education meetings showing, our council meetings, and Springfield Trustees meetings. Tune in if you're not able to make it to a meeting, which many people don't. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on the cable channel, 1023, through Spectrum. We've also got the Facebook page, the blog, and you can also reach it through, is it Twitter, X, whatever is it X? Okay, through X. So just be on the lookout for that. I'd also like to remind everybody about our Christmas holiday event, which will be November 30th at the Lakemore United Methodist Church. Used to be the tree lighting down here, but being confined with space and everything, we're having it at the church, and there's no real pine tree up there to light up, so and I don't know if the carriage and stuff is gonna be there
We hope
Oh,
this year.
so, yeah, we hope so, yeah.
But that always seemed a big turnout and a big draw, so hope to see everybody there. And that's it.
Thanks, John.
Okay, I have 2 important things today. This Friday, Lakemore will be having our quarter auction to raise money for a gazebo down on the Lakemore side of the lake. We're really excited. We've been working really hard. We've got really great baskets. It's going to be a great night. It's going to be doors open at 6 o'clock, and it's going to be at the Event Center. It's in Ellett. Auction starts at 7. Paddles are $5, and you can also buy a $50 all-in. That opens you up to win any prize that gets picked. What else about the quarter auction? Did I miss anything? No? Okay, and then the following day, on Saturday, we're going to have our trick-or-treat for Lakemore. We're having a costume party, our annual costume party from 4 to 5. It's going to be at the Springfield, I'm saying a different church, Lakemore United Methodist Church. And then following that, from 5 to 7 will be our trick-or-treat. So our costume party, come get a bag of candy, come see everybody, and then you can go off and go trick-or-treating. Usually we have a good trunk-or-treat at the bottom of the, if you know, you know. But yeah, if there's any questions or anything about the quarter auction, you feel free to reach out to me, but please come and support us. We worked really hard, and that's all I have. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Nikki. Ed.
Yes, I'd like to remind the citizens of Lakemore that the food pantry at Lakemore United Methodist Church will be October 23rd from 4:30 to 6. Also November 20th, 4:30 to 6 also. And again on December 18th at the same time. Please also, if you have any newspapers or cardboard that you need to get rid of, the dumpsters behind the Lakemore United Methodist Church are for that specific person, and it helps support the food pantry, but please no trash. I also like to remind the citizens of Lakemore this weekend, when the children are out trick-or-treating, be careful because kids tend to run out into traffic. So if you're driving through the village, drive safely. After all, the children are our future. That's all I have.
Thanks, Ed.
Heather.
All right. I want to remind everybody about the permissive tax, that when you go to renew your license plates for your vehicle, Make sure that if you are in the 44312 area code and you are a resident of Lakemore, make sure that it says Lakemore as to where that tax goes, because that comes to Lakemore to help with our roads. So a certain percentage of every license plate in that is designated for Lakemore goes to help our roads. Also, now that we're heading into fall and everything, you want to make sure that you remind everybody not to rake leaves or blow grass or anything into the ditches and roadways, because all that has a negative effect on our lake. And then the other thing I would like to remind people is that the Village of Lakemore has an official Facebook page. It is the Village of Lakemore page. It is the only official Lakemore governmental page for us. You can find things like water main breaks, road closures, agendas for the meetings, oil alerts. So any information that is important to get out to the village residents, that is where you will find that information.
Heather, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yep, you're good.
I'm not so familiar with that, but I would say also to tell people to go on to the website. Isn't
Yes.
that where everything is? I mean, mostly?
Yeah, but.
But if they're looking
Carolyn
for
there.
Facebook,
Oh, okay.
yeah. That's our only, so it's Village of Lakemore, that's the only official, and it says on the page, governmental website, or governmental Facebook page. So that's where you'll kind of get a little bit more of the information that you need. That also update you on times of our events, what dates those are gonna be held, and just different things like that. So any important information, that's a great place to find that. And with that, that's all I have.
Okay.
Anyone else from council, do you have a report tonight?
I was just gonna let everybody know who Ricky is. Ricky the aquatic sow bug. He is the official mascot for the Summit Soil and Water Conservation District. And I said that I would share it because they are the ones who are supporting us with a lot of our grants, like with the trees that are gonna be planted hopefully in the next week or two at Dodds Park. And also doing a lot of the legwork for the studies on Springfield Lake.
Nice.
So,
Awesome.
and it would be a really good thing to look into if your kids are homeschooled.
Cool. I just had two things to add. I thought someone from council might have touched on these. I got the Boo Bash. The library hosts a Boo Bash annual at Lakemore Plaza with the merchants there. I know several of us are going to be there passing out candy, and that's Wednesday the 30th of October from 5 to 6 at Lakemore Plaza. And right after that is an unskate party at the Springfield Lake Roller Rink. They host 2 unskate parties every year, and this is the fall one where anyone with a wheelchair or walker or any sort of medical apparatus or device that could help someone get around is allowed to be on the floor of the roller rink, and everything's free. Free refreshments. I know our Rotary Club sponsors some of that, and there are others that really go in on it, but it's a really wonderful event for everyone. It's a very all-inclusive event at the Springfield Lake Roller Rink. So that's happening from 6 to 8 that same night, right after the Boo Bash on Wednesday, October 30th, and that's what I had. Is there anything else that we forgot? Anybody?
I was just going to say that kind of congratulations to the police department who picked up their new vehicle that through a grant. Was it like $45,000 grant that we got for a new vehicle for the police department, and they picked it up last week, and everything went well with the pickup?
Yep, everything went well, and we have it here.
So we're happy that something good happened here in the village of Lakemore, something we didn't have to pay
Amelia
for.
Candy Father.
And we meet, you're
From
right.
the Summit County Sheriff, Candy Father.
Gotcha.
We just accept
Besides
that.
So Amelia Sykes,
The grant to fund it for.
Gotcha,
us.
okay.
Yeah.
That's,
Okay.
thanks,
Thank
clearing
you.
that up.
that's it.
So yes, so
sorry.
technically both of them then.
Both of them, thank you.
Oh, no, you mean the grant for the multi-jurisdictional?
Yeah.
Yeah,
go
so the Lakemore Police Department also
Oh, yeah.
received a grant. It's a multi-jurisdictional grant. And it's for crimes, trying to keep the crimes that might be coming in from cities into our suburban areas.
It was a
So,
pretty large grant.
It was a large grant, and the Village of Lakemore is the head of the grant, and they're gonna be
Wow.
getting different equipment and training.
$200,000.
That's awesome.
Wow.
When did this
Yeah.
happen?
We
When
just
was this
accepted
week?
the,
Oh,
we just
great.
accepted the money
Plaza
this week.
Falls, Talmadge, Mogador, and Lakemore, I think, were the
Take
main
it.
ones.
We didn't get the
So-
hiring grant though, I heard.
No.
But we got two great things, so we
Yeah.
can't be
Yeah.
grant hogs,
Can't be-
but I would
can't
have
be-
liked to.
Can't be greedy.
I would
Thank
have liked
you,
to
Laura.
have them all.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Right, did we hit everything
Good
in
news.
there?
Mhm.
We did? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Appearing
and
before
you-
council.
Appearing before council. Mr. McDuffie, would you please approach our wonderful podium right there and state your name and address and the reason for your wanting to speak this evening, and then the timer will start and you'll have 3 minutes.
Well, I was gonna take it short.
Okay?
My name's Robert, I'm McDuffie, 1590 Hill Street here in Lakemore. I'm talking about that damn culvert. I've been asked for 13 years. Well, it's on Elmer Street, into my street hill, but it's okay. This year they cleaned up over there, which you don't need. The guy took all that crap out and he put a drain there like you see sewer draining. Okay? Mine's all clogged up. We're flooding out 2 houses up there. So when are you gonna fix it? Gene Terry, keep saying, I don't respect her at all.
Okay.
She sent me a nasty letter. And I'm not too damn happy. I sent it down to Summit County
Okay.
and my attorney. If you want legal action, I will have it.
Okay.
I'll get my day in court because I'm pissed off.
Okay.
Last mayor played, told me, yeah. You told me you had nobody ran against you. And when you had Trace with Douglas ran against you. So, well, when are you going to do that?
It's on the list. When Gene Taylor and I came down, you
I
kept
know.
talking about a different area. He
No, I
found the
didn't.
pipe. Okay, well,
Yeah, Gene still wasn't there, and this guy,
And he's-
what, he's afraid for his job?
no, he's not.
Look, we're
He's been here
taxpayers,
for
we
almost
pay you
50
guys damn
years.
wages,
Okay.
right? Are we right?
Did you want a date or you just want to yell?
I don't want to date with you.
Oh,
No,
is that what you
when it's
mean?
gonna
You're
be
married, what's wrong
done.
with you?
No,
when it's
no,
gonna
no,
be
no, she didn't mean
done.
that. What she wanted to know if you needed a specific
You
date
said
to
that you
have it
wanted a date when it's going to be done.
done.
Well, I
Right.
need a date for it. You guys run the operation.
So what were you wanting to come here for?
That, I said, when are you gonna plan to do it?
That's asking a date, right? Of when you want it
Whenever you
done?
wanna do it, I don't
Okay,
care.
before the end of the
I'm
year.
putting a Dan up, I had to put a Dan up there, I know that.
Okay,
But if anybody touch that Dan, it's gonna get
okay,
sued.
So
okay.
she said by the end of the year.
Before the end of the year.
I'll be dead and gone by then.
Don't
Okay.
you dare.
Well, your license plates, well, I don't have to pay nothing this year for
Okay.
license plates.
Okay.
I'm well taken care of that. Go to
Okay.
my place now if you want to.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Nothing to Lakemore.
Was there anything else?
No, I'm not
Okay.
sorry, I'm
Okay.
good.
All right.
You don't want to stay for the rest of the meeting?
That's it, eh?
No, well, we keep going on for another
Another week or two.
hour.
We gotta
Oh, yeah, by the way, you guys gonna be surprised next year,
Okay.
and you can't stop me either. So have a good day.
You
Okay,
too.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Find out later.
Okay.
Thank you.
Talk to this man right here if you wanna know.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
You're the man?
You the man?
Have a great night.
You got the
Oh, wow.
scoop. Hang on, old business.
It's
Mrs.
okay, hold
Tucker.
it.
Okay, old business.
Okay.
Okay, let me go through, the ordinance is probably the last one here.
Oh, I couldn't use it.
All right, this is, I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance number 1867-2024. An ordinance to amend ordinance 1749-2021 to change the pay rate for the employees of the Lakemore Police Department for off-duty services.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Is there any discussion, council?
The only thing I'd like to reiterate, which I know is in here, this is not costing the village one more penny.
No.
This is strictly when they're doing their side jobs, and the people that would be paying them would be the owner or whoever of that side job. Does not cost us any more money.
And it won't start till the beginning of the year.
The beginning of the year, okay. Although we're passing it tonight. Oh,
If there's-
his time's up.
If there's no other discussion, we will call the roll, please.
Right. Mr. Eitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Thank you, council. We're moving next into new business, and Mrs. Cochran, there's a lot of.
I'll
hiring.
just go ahead
Handle them
on.
all.
Okay.
Mr. Ray, when she's finished, and then, Mrs. Coons, when he's finished. Thank you.
Okay, I'd like
Carry
to
on.
make a motion to adopt resolution number 7404-2024. A resolution approving the assistant fire chief to hire Jasmine Harp as the full-time firefighter with the Lakemore Fire Department. First, I'd like to make a motion to dispense with the 3 reads.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Roll call.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Second the original.
Thank you.
Is there any discussion?
I'm
Welcome
happy
aboard.
to see more women coming out for this position.
Absolutely.
So,
When they interviewed for this spot, she hands down was the best candidate that we
yeah,
had.
that's
That's
what I
awesome,
heard.
I've
So,
heard good things about her. That's wonderful. Okay, if there's no other discussion, roll call, please.
Mrs. Cochran?
yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution number 7405-2024. A resolution approving the assistant fire chief to hire McKenna Ray as part-time firefighter with the Lakemore Fire Department. Again, I'd like to first make a motion to dispense with the 3 reads.
I second.
Roll call.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
I'll
Second the original.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution number 7406-2024, a resolution approving the assistant fire chief to hire Michaela Whaley as part-time firefighter with the Lakemore Fire Department. Again, I'd like to dispense with the 3 reads, please.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
I'll second the original.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution number 7407-2024, a resolution approving the assistant fire chief to hire Stephen Halad as part-time firefighter with the Lakemore Fire Department. Again, I'd like to make a motion to dispense with the 3 reads first.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
I'll second the original.
Any discussion,
Just
council?
like to say, I like to see him coming instead of going.
Amen.
Yeah.
Last few meetings, it's been
Yeah, they've been gone.
resignations. This time around, it's hiring, so
Yes, that's a good thing.
absolutely.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Okay, and lastly, I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance number 1870-2024, an ordinance to amend ordinance 1849-2024, Village of Lakemore Employee Policies and Procedures Manual to earn days off, EDO. First, I'd like to make a motion to dispense with the 3 reads.
I second.
Roll call.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Second the original.
Thank you.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes. Cool. I'll pick it up.
Mr. Ray.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance number 1871-2024. This is an ordinance to amend ordinance 1833-2023 to make appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures for the Village of Lakemore, State of Ohio, during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2024. But first, I'd like to make a motion to dispense with the 3 readings.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
I'll second the original.
Thank you. Any discussion, council? Roll call.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Wright? Or
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter. Sorry, I completely. And Mrs. Coons. There we go.
Long day.
Yeah.
It's a Monday.
Mrs. Coons.
I'm up. Okay, I would like to make a motion to adopt resolution number 7408-2024, a resolution authorizing the mayor to renew the contract. Hold on, I'm sorry. A resolution authorizing the mayor to renew the contract with Medical Mutual for employee health insurance coverage in the HRA from November 1st, 2024 through October 31st, 2025. But first, I would like to dispense with the 3 readings.
I'll second.
Thank you
Roll
very much.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
I'll second the original.
Any discussion?
Oh, I have discussion. This is the first time in 12, how many years, 12 or 13 I've been around here, that we haven't had to spend hours and hours doing this. So I thank everybody here on council. We had an easier time because we had limited choices, and this was the same as they had last year. The policy did go up, but not as much as the others, and I talked to a few people at the open house, and they were happy we stayed with them. So this was like the easiest. There was no tears, no screaming. No. In the past,
Nice.
it's been awful, but so thank everybody for
Probably
that.
tears for Megan.
No, I'll actually take this one.
All right.
All right.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Okay, at this time, I am going to make a motion to enter into an executive session for legal advice. We will be coming back strictly to adjourn. So in a few minutes after the room clears out, we will be calling our attorney.
From here?
I'll second.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
they'll be gone.
Thanks, Heather. Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll
I'll come over. I don't need to vote.
Strittmatter?
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Mr. Reitner?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
yes.
Yes, I'm easy to forget, man. I'm
We
sitting
all
right
fall
here.
we all fall together.
They're gonna be gone. Well, we could go next door, but either wherever you want.
It's up to you.
Is it 19?
Part-time's 20.
We hired the one at 20.
Or, no.
The full-time.